Alright, so I thought I'd cover an alternate texture export method, an alternate glossiness export method to achieve a sort of different result in game. What I've done is I've adjusted the roughness so that the edges aren't quite so unrough and the dirt isn't quite so rough, and basically all the values aren't so extreme, so the scratches aren't super shiny and the dirt isn't super rough. So we take a look in the creation kit, we'll see that it's quite, the scratches are being picked up, but they're kind of being drowned out a bit by the shininess of the metal around it. So one way we can rectify this is by using Glossiness squared, and this setup is pretty much exactly the same as the regular Fallout 4 diffuse, except, well, I've added an alpha for one thing, but it has Glossiness squared. Now Glossiness squared is here right under Glossiness, and all this does is basically multiply the Glossiness by itself, and that creates a sort of higher contrast. So if I actually open the wrong folder, the specular, get it set up so we can sort of view the glossiness. Okay, I'll just hit Control 3, I think. Yeah, no, Control 4 for the glossiness. Yeah, so we have this, and then if I export with the gloss squared, hit OK, double click again, you'll see that it's much sort of redder, and that's the contrast coming in there. So hit OK, and it switched back to RGB, but if we go to green I can hit Control Z and sort of undo redo what we just did. You see it's much higher contrast. It's both more shiny and more rough essentially. So if I then use Elric to export glossiness, see immediately that it has a completely different effect. Overall it's more rough, but the edges are picking up more and the dirt is standing out more as well. So you get more of a sort of grungy, grungy, dirty kind of poppy, sharp, as well as more obvious dirt kind of effect on your metal, which I think makes the metal look much more solid and actually more like Fallout 4's usual vanilla material style, with the very sort of dirty and scratchy metals. So yeah, I think that gives a much closer result to the existing game art. So yeah, I recommend at least playing around with the glossiness squared option for the glossiness export to achieve this kind of effect.